Hello, hello. Thank you very much for joining me. Just going to have a quick peek to see who we got in the chat. It looks like everyone's still here, so thank you very much for sticking around. So, yeah, I've got these zombies which I'm going to be painting, but does anyone want to have a look at some of the new Street Fighter miniatures at all? So, just say, hiya, Bull GM. Oops, hang on. Oh, we've got 17 people in the chat. That's quite a lot. Alright, well, hello everyone. What I'll do is Yes, J-Star wants to see the Street Fighter miniatures, and Carlos wants to be spoiled. So, I won't do the core set because I've already done a video on that on my channel. Should we do the boss set or the stretch goals? So, the boss set has M. Bison and Akuma. Or we've got the stretch goals, which I think is every other character. So you got Guile, Blanca, Boss. Yes, I want to see M. Bison as well, so we'll get this one open. So, like I said, there's only 2 miniatures in here, but as I understand it, you get new game modes. So, I might need to rearrange my camera as well. Okie dokie. Yes, I am going to have to rearrange the camera. Alright, bear with. Is that okay for everyone? Now, just so you know, my camera is actually reversed as well, so bear in mind when you see anything. Mighty Buffalo. Okay, so this is the rules book. Let's just see what it actually does. So you've got a boss mode, so there's some changes to the setup. You've got a nemesis mode, and you've got diagrams for 2 new stages. So you've got the Koshu Temple and the shopping district. And then you've also got how to build the terrain. So there we go. We've got some lovely scenery now. As I mentioned, I'm not going to let you see that. Despite the scenery being cardboard cutouts, they do actually look really, really good. How good they will look for a while. Just saw what Carlos has said. Is that okay, Carlos? Now you're probably enjoying looking at that M. Bison and Akuma. Excellent. So, like I say, because despite them being cardboard, they do actually look really, really good. They come out quite easily, and the stage actually comes like this. So as you can see, it is actually quite big, and that's double-sided. And the idea is you create the scenery and put it in place. How it actually plays, I don't know. But Carlos, I think we're going to be playing a game over the internet at some point, I think. Or at least try to. That is correct, they are not 28mm. I think it's actually 75 because they are huge. Right. Can everybody see that? I'm going to move that to one side actually. Okay, I think that's focusing quite well now, isn't it? The Chaos Power does look rad. It's a purple transparent plastic and it looks really, really good. Like I say, they say pre-painted, but the initial look looks like it's coloured plastic and then someone's done maybe a wash. But again, I don't have the best of cameras, but the quality, the eyes are done. I mean, on the Ryu that I looked at yesterday, it was even the Kenji symbols on his MMA gloves were painted in. And even though it's a 75mm figure, it just looked amazing. But that is really, really nice. let's have a look at Akuma. I hope everyone else is enjoying this. I know this is mainly for Carlos, but Carlos is going to be getting this soon as well, so can't wait till when Carlos gets it. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, Raul Julia was, I mean, he is a great actor, and he always will be M. Bison now. You know, I know a lot of people slag off the movie, but no, I always enjoyed the movie. I always enjoyed Raul Julia's portrayal, and he was just perfect. And to be honest, I think even Capcom agreed with that as well, and ever since they've always drawn him in that way. So this is Akuma. Once again, the transparent plastic looks really, really good. They're really solid as well. I mean, obviously the elements that are coming out from the base move around a bit, as you'd expect, but the miniature itself is tough. A really, really tough plastic. Yeah, Kat, the effects are just absolutely superb. So definitely need a boss fight at some point in the near future. So, right, would we like to have a look at the expansion pack then, the stretch goals? I'm gonna leave these two out, but I'm gonna put the other bits and pieces back. I'll do a proper unboxing later on the video. These are the stat cards. Yes, it would be rude. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of empty space in here, but at the same time, I don't think they could have avoided it because the character models need quite a lot of packaging. But yeah, it's a 3-on-1 fight. Because they are very overpowered. Right. Okay, I've lifted up the camera again. You can see okay. Okay, so let's open this up. I'm going to have to do it to the side because it's so big. I'm struggling to get it all in frame for you. Okay, so we do actually get a car bonus stage, which is quite cool. And they actually gave me, this was in the box, and it seems to be stickers, so I wasn't too sure what that was for. I think yes, I want to see Blanca. You want to see your fellow countrymen, don't you? Hiya, Mark. Just to let everyone know, McCann Mark in the chat is a very, very good friend of mine, and he's actually just started his own YouTube channel. Not really in the vein of miniatures, but if you really enjoy beautiful scenery and drone footage, it's definitely worth checking him out. So we've got a second version of Ken. We've got Kami, E-Honda, Balrog, Guile. I will admit that there's a lot of things that a lot of them I don't know, because most of mine was from the StreetFighter 2. Is that T-Hawk? Look at that. I mean, the dynamic poses are fantastic. The effects. Yeah. Angry Ken. Let's have a look. Angry Ken. Don't worry, Carlos, I'll be getting to Blanca soon. I don't even know if it's... Let's see if I can shine a bit more light. Vegeta. Right. What I'm going to do is I'm probably going to do Blanca last, because I know Carlos is desperate to look at Blanca. Only kidding, Carlos. Dohan. Okay, what else have we got here? So we have, this looks like an extra stage. It's a small stage though, so it's only half the size of the original. Oh, it's a, I've got a feeling this might be the bonus stage, possibly, because it's only got one row of boxes, movement squares. Oh, this is cool. So this looks like a StreetFighter arcade cabinet, and I think I'm going to have to put it together. Right, so yeah, the arcade cabinet. I'm just, you have to excuse me, I am a little bit excited about all this. And as you can see, I'm assuming that I know how to put it together, so hopefully I'll get it right. Oh yeah. That is fantastic. Yes, Amish, definitely. What I'll do a little pinhole. Yeah, absolutely. The attention to details on everything is brilliant. Like I said in the video yesterday, the Kickstarter did get a lot of stick purely because they're taking so long. Carlos and I parted with our money back in 2018, I think it was, and we were expecting to receive this in March 2019. So as you know what day it is today, I'm just covering this up, Carlos. Yeah, as I'm only expecting it, it only received today, so it's arrived 2 years late. And yes, Carlos has mentioned a miscommunication with Europe as well, VAT and huge cost for shipping. Just to let you know about shipping, Carlos is not, I'm not going to say how much Carlos paid, but he paid a lot more than me, and I had to stump up an extra £70 for shipping. So but it's a 10.8 kilo box that arrived, so it would have been nice to have been warned beforehand or had that included in the original cost of the Kickstarter, but I don't know. Yeah. I do think that it has been worth the wait. Is it worth the money? For me, yeah, absolutely. Let's have a look at this. Oh! Yeah, it's Bellurian, absolutely. It's awful. The fact that I mean, basically I put in $140 3 years ago, and then a month ago I just got a message saying, oh yeah, we need another 70 quid. Not good. But here we go. So this is specially for Carlos. Now with Blanca, a lot of people have complained about the colour of the green, and I think Blanca's quite a difficult one to do, because I remember seeing so many different shades of green and yellow. The board game version of an in-app purchase to unlock it. Yeah, it is, exactly. So I don't have a problem with the green. I know a lot of people have been complaining about it, but over the years Capcom have used a lot of different colours, and that's not just on the arcades, because he had a yellow and a green version, I think, in the arcades when you had Self versus one, but the artwork that I've seen over the years, I've seen him in like a yellow, different shades of green. Yeah, I think what Carlos has said there. There's stuff where you have your own expectations of the character, and it's probably not the shade that you'd expect. But I would say you could probably go and find loads of pictures of Blanca online, and he's all different colours. I mean, if I go by the artwork there, when you put him next to the artwork, it's the same shade of green, and he doesn't look wrong in the artwork. Yet he looks a bit different as a miniature, which is weird. I'm not gonna complain about it. It's not that bad. If he was lime green, I'd probably not be impressed, if I'm perfectly honest. And it's not that bad at all. The Fei Long character, I'm just going to pull this one out because this is beautiful. I mean, we all know this is who this is based off, but it's probably channeling Bruce Lee a lot more. And even the base, look at the base. His base is different to everyone else's. So everyone else has all the bases are different. And here's Cammy doing a bit of M. Bison cosplay by the looks of it. I'm probably making an ass of myself and realising this is someone else. Chaos Cammy. So I had another Cammy, didn't I? Yes, so I've got two Cammies. See, I'm glad Carlos is here to point these out to me, because I almost exclude, even though I've got StreetFighter 5, I still only play with the Street Fighter 2 characters, the ones that I know. I haven't actually played any of the newer ones. Yes, Mark. Yeah. So there's a lot of colours that people mistake as well. It's like Indiana Jones. Everyone thinks he's got a brown leather jacket, but it's actually black. That's okay, Hamish. You can mention it next week on Coffee Chat and Minis. So I've actually got nearly 12,000 Goblin doubloons. So I'm saving up. I will be able to buy your loyalty soon. Green, brown colours. Yes, yeah. So if you look at the colours, anyone who's new to the channel now, the two logos. The top one is actually mine for Geek Curio, and I use that for my YouTube channel, my branding. And the bottom one is Goblin Squire's branding as well. And we actually have the artist of Goblin Squire's image in the chat, and that's Kat, I believe. Is that right? Yeah. Quick plug for Air Gear Art. We don't know how to say it, but we know her as Kat. But no, these are fantastic. I'm just going to take Dalsim out as well, because Dalsim's always been quite a fascinating character for me, even though he is always known as one of the weaker ones. Yes, J-Star is also a Hammers fan as well. So I'm just going to look at this Dalsim one, because it's really, really well done. So once again, it's the flame effects, the yoga flame, and the pose. I have to say, all the poses on all of these are fantastic. So yes, and if anyone is a fan of comics, Leona and Katerina actually make comics, and the second issue has been released this week, so definitely check that out if you can. Right, so this is the bonus stage, and Ah, now this makes sense. Okay, so I'm assuming those stickers that I got are supposed to go here. Okay, so that is a little bit pants. I'm probably not going to mess around with that, to be honest, because I don't want to make it worse. I'd rather it would be wrong than worse. Or it might, I don't know. I don't know how that works. I'll have to look into it. Yes, Hamish. So I'm doing my best not to talk football on a miniature painting service stream, and Hamish and I always seem to revert back to it. But yes, up the house. Is there any particular models? Yes, you do need the crying guy. Oh my car at the end of the bonus level. That is needed. Is there any particular models that anyone wants to see? I've got the core game as well. So you've got Chun-Li, Saga, Zangief, Ryu, Ken, and Vega. So any particular model anyone wants to see? Have a good close-up look at? Lovely Vega. Yep. Okie doke. We'll get Vega out for Carlos. Vega was one of my favourite characters to play on the Turbo Edition when we got the bosses unlocked and made them playable, because I used to always play as Guile or Chun-Li, and Vega was basically very similar to Chun-Li, and at the time I didn't want to really be playing as a girl, but I liked his playstyle. Bear in mind I was about 12 back then. But like I say, I don't know if you're going to be able to pick this up in the detailing, but they've even painted, you know, he has that crack on his mask, or little pattern on his mask. He's got that going as well. Right, the guy who looks like Popeye's nemesis is probably Zangief. Okay, this one's for Hamish. Yes, absolutely, Katerina. More than welcome. So if I remember correctly, he's a Russian bear wrestler. So I've gone for it. I remember when I was a kid and we had the StreetFighter 2 Turbo Edition on the Super Nintendo. You were able to have a look at some of the characters' bios, and I just remember Zangief was some bear wrestler. That's it, bear fighter. Any other particular models anyone wants to look at? I'm gonna get out Guile actually, because like I said, Guile was... Excuse the noise. If Hagrid hit the gym. You're a Street Fighter, Harry. Yeah, Guile doing his Sonic Boom. So this is where I'm going to be really critiquing the paint job, because I've got a feeling it's probably going to be printed rather than painted. You can quite clearly see that the boot is a completely separate part to the jeans, and I suppose the jeans as well. But I would say the camo on the pants are probably printed. So it's a piece of plastic with ink going on it, and I'm assuming that they just push these all together in the factory. Starting a magical Street Fighter journey at 11. I suppose the Street Fighters do have magic in them. I mean, they are able to conjure fireballs and throw them at each other. Be a bit like a wizard's duel, just without the wands. There's a there's an idea for your next comic, Leonora and Katarina. You should do a Street Fighter school. No worries, Hamish. Take care. Thanks for sticking around as long as you did, though. That's great. Marvel versus Rowling. Definitely. Street Fighter versus Hogwarts. Yeah. So, what? Yeah. So, I suppose I really should get on with some painting. So, is there any others that you want to see while I've got them out? Just grab some of the main characters. Yes, definitely. So look at these. These are I'm just really made up of all these. These are brilliant. I'm really happy with them. My favourite. It's a tough one because that's a very good question. I don't know. I think, to be honest with you, the Ryu probably had the most attention. Although I'm just looking. Actually, yeah, even though he's doing the same pose as Akuma, it quite clearly is different parts. I was thinking there was going to be a push together where they'd reuse stuff. But can you see? You're not going to see it very well, but literally his black belt has kanji written. I'm assuming that's printed or some sort of transfer, because I couldn't paint that good. And even on his MMA glove, no horses or dogs to draw. Yeah, even though he's not a player that I play as, Ryu as a miniature is probably my favourite. Although Ken's pose is probably the best. Yes, Carlos, they are. I will admit, Chun-Li looks a little bit cross-eyed now that I'm really looking at it. But we're not going to go to Ken's eyes. Ken's eyes, they're okay. One of them is obscured by the power from the Dragon Punch. But yeah, Chun-Li looks full on boss-eyed. So, okay, I'm going to start. No, I'm not going to put them away. I'm just going to put them to one side because I am supposed to be painting. So, and the last thing you want is to watch half an hour of me. That's true, Mark. Half an hour of me putting things in boxes. That's not a fun stream at all. So what I'll do is I'll just pop it to one side for now. And I'll just pop that there. Okay, so I suppose we better get on with some painting. Okay, so before the stream started, I was actually basing some of the zombies. Yeah, I suppose it is, Mark. So I was just base coating some of the zombies. I'm going to focus on the running zombies today. Going to have quite a lot of flesh on the legs because they are wearing what looks like marathon running shorts and a hoodie. So I'm going to imagine them as the 118 guys, and I think only people in the UK will probably get that joke, so I do apologise if you're not in the UK. So the airbrush went kaput just before the stream, and I'm not too sure why. When I say kaput, it's probably a case of me not cleaning it, but I've got 4 airbrushes and none of them seem to be spitting stuff out, so I don't know if I just need to look at the settings. So I'm not going to bother for now. Now I'm actually really thinning down some of the grey here, despite the black over the top, because I'm going to be using contrast paints, and I'm actually going to allow the black to show, so we got more definition in the shadows, or that's the plan anyway. So it's going to be a little bit different from last week. Yeah, zombified 118 guys. Do you like Brains 118? I will need to switch over to black paint because I only managed to get 4 of these guys done, and the plan is to get the rest of that tray finished today, and I'm not going to be able to do it on the stream today, but I can continue once I've finished. So, does anyone have any plans for this weekend? Hobby plans at all? Anything that you're actually painting, or doesn't have to be hobby plans, of course, but cleaning and painting some 3D prints. Excellent. I'll have to check. Are you going to be posting them in the Goblins of Mordor Bold GM? Pathfinder game this afternoon. I am a little bit jealous. I think me and my friends have been talking about how much we miss D&D. I mean, I had actually given it up for about a year. I basically had full-on burnout with it before lockdown, so I've actually not played D&D for 2 years, or any RPGs for that matter. Done a lot of buying of RPGs, but not actually playing. So I am jealous. Bull GM, Roy has a dragon, a Medusa bust on the menu. That Medusa bust I'll be looking forward to that. Jay is putting curtains up. One of the jobs that I absolutely hate is putting curtains up, so I don't envy you whatsoever. I think I'd rather be playing Pathfinder. Let's just see if I can. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be doing much. Let's have a. Might paint Smurfs later. I'm assuming that's Ultramarines, not actual Smurfs. Although if you are painting Smurfs, I'll be quite impressed. Oh, no, it's okay. I was just saying that I was extremely jealous of you, Lenore. So yeah, I wish I was playing Pathfinder, and I haven't played RPGs in about 2 years. That's yes to the Ultramarines. Do you never think about putting a little bit of claret on that blue then, J-Star? Yes, well, who was it who wants to play this? Star Trek Adventures. J-Star, I did a Orc team on Blood Bowl in Claret and Blue. Oddly enough, I've only just finished. They got their own box to live in as well now. I really should actually open up and make sure I haven't super glued it to the box, as I do often have stupid moments like that with super glue. I also need to tidy up this room as well, because I haven't got a clue where everything is. I've had that many deliveries this week. Yes, I agree. Need to we do need to. Everyone needs to be responsible when it comes to RPGs, because there are loads and loads out there, and it's very easy to get caught up in the hype, as do I a lot of the time, where it's something that I've got a bit of a passion about. So for example, pretty much all the board games that I showed last week on Hamish's stream. Apologies. Normally, when Hamish does his painting streams, he's talking about what he's doing. But to be honest with you, I'm just coating miniatures in black. So I do apologise if this is boring for anyone. So I'm just trying to make conversation other ways. Also try and work out what the hell's going wrong with my airbrush as well. Thank you, Carlos. I think they're just a bit worried about basically people sticking around watching me paint black on the same minis over and over again. Normally, with the airbrush, I can get this done in 16 minis done in about 5 minutes, so this is taking a bit longer. The way that I do it as well is I use the Vallejo or Vallejo black primer, as it's quite thin, and I'll just let it. It means I can normally get away with one coat and not worry too much about it. which is always good. You know, whenever you see the GW stuff, it's like, oh, two thin coats and everything, but with the Veleco primer, it's, well, as you can see, I'm not exactly being careful at all, and that one's almost dry and it's pretty much decent enough. I'm also not painting to a show standard, I'm just doing a tabletop standard on this, because I don't get to play Zombicide that often, and when I do, they're going to be going in and out of the box. If anyone's played Zombicide at all, it's good fun. I think it's in the region of 80 zombies that I got paint for this, and there's no way I'm going to try and do a top standard on 80 zombies. Especially when I can do it so easily and so quickly with contrast paints. So like I say, quite a lot of you who are hanging around today, thank you ever so much for sticking with me. And I know a lot of you actually came from Hamish's stream just before me, but would there be anything you'd like to see me doing next week, mini painting wise? Don't ask me to do, like, I don't know, strip dances or twerking or anything. So I've got Cursed City, and I've also got a new Mortark, which is, both of those are from Games Workshop. The Mortark is one of those. Now there's 3 of them, and I've done 2, so I've just got the one more to do, and I managed to, that arrived this week as well. I've also got more zombies to do, but I think you might have had enough of zombies by then. Cursed City, which is just over there, that's been opened but not looked at. And I've also got from Bad Squiddo, that which is not opened, and this is Metal Miniatures from her female miniatures range. Samurai All In, which is normally goes for about, well, normally goes for a couple of 80 odd or 90 pounds. I got it for 75, and I like the samurai characters. Okay, if there's any objections, I think Carlos, I'll start painting up the samurai from Bad Squiddo next week. Cursed City is one of those ones where I don't know if I should even bother making videos for it, because it's now been announced that you can't get it anymore. So I think I'll just be antagonizing people by making videos. Look at this, it's great and you can't get it. I think that's a very bad move by Games Workshop when they said it wasn't going to be limited edition, and now all of a sudden they said it is. So, however, I did a unboxing short on YouTube, and that's got quite a lot of views, and I think that's more because people are just searching for, trying to find out where they can get it. But I'll probably spend my time on Cursed City. I mainly got it for the hero characters, and also the first time I've actually seen a wood elf released by Games Workshop, and a proper wood elf rather than a, yeah. a proper wood elf rather than a tree person. And that was the main thing that attracted me to it. I've got some annual leave coming up at the end of next month, so I'll have plenty to work through as well. There we go, right. So hopefully, Carlos, once you got the Street Fighter game, we'll have to play against each other online as well then. So we'll have to arrange that sometime. I think that's going to be good. Is there? I think there's meant to be a. Is that paper for your thesis? As I understand, I think there is actually a mobile game, a mobile app which goes with the Street Fighter miniature game as well. But like I say, I've not read the rules yet. Last night I again, this is something that Carlos is going to like. I went downstairs after I've been working on some videos with Mark in there, with the intention of reading the Street Fighter rulebook in the living room. And then I remembered it's Friday and the new Mighty Ducks TV show was out, so I ended up watching that and Falcon and the Winter Soldier with my daughter. Yes, there is a new Mighty Ducks. It's a TV show. It's got quite a bit of a twist on it. It's basically the Mighty Ducks are all powerful and they've become what the Hawks used to be. So Coach Bombay wants nothing to do with them, and they just get but yeah, watch it. It captures the spirit very well. A lot of people have complained about it, saying it's just a cash in and everything, but it's okay. I enjoy it. I'm looking forward to it each week. So hopefully they won't do a Mighty Ducks in Miniatures game, because that'll be something else I'll end up buying when I don't want to. If they ever do a Ghostbusters one as well, that's me. Poor. I'll end up buying that. Yeah, are you enjoying it, J Star? This Falcon and Winter Soldier. Yep, all the Star Wars, and there's loads more stuff coming out on it as well. The thing that I was gutted about was one of the other things that I love is Aliens, and obviously Aliens is now coming under the Disney umbrella, and and you can't watch Aliens on Disney Plus yet, unless they've done it as part of there's a new channel on it or something. And if anyone is listening who knows anyone working for Disney, you should do a TV show of LV426, because I just think it'll work really really well. Just a TV show of people colonizing and trying to terraform LV426, and then you could literally have everything up until the moment that they find the alien craft. Because you got to remember they had colonists on there for years before that happened. Yeah, and Prometheus, they own that as well. The only thing, the only thing I didn't really like about Prometheus, and this is just personal preference, is I'm getting a bit annoyed with Michael Fassbender at the time, because when Prometheus came out, he was also he was playing the role of Magneto, which of course was originally um, Ian McKellen. Um, he just seemed to be the king of reboots at the time, and in my opinion, and like I say, this is only my opinion, I thought he was the weakest part of the two movies. But it might not be a popular opinion, but I just didn't like it. And then they're pretty much trying to make out that he was the one who created the alien, the alien was created by an android trying to crossbreed what he found, the samples that he found. Yes, I am entitled to being wrong. I just, I say, not a fan of the actor. So I know people who don't like Tom Hanks. Yes, well, they decided to switch away from the Prometheus title and they went with Alien Covenant. And again, Alien Covenant I liked, but I felt that um, Michael Fassbender was the weakest part of it, and they're trying to do this whole humans created life, and then humans created androids, and then androids created the aliens. But I prefer to think that nature would have created the aliens. So. Okay, I was very much worried about giving spoilers away, but seeing as you're not really bothered about it, but yeah, I don't think I've ruined it too much for anyone. Okay, it is 11:56, and I am going to stop for now because I've managed to prime 12 zombies, and I'm going to let them dry. No, prime 16, believe it or not. So I'm going to let those dry, and I'll probably finish them later off today or tomorrow. But no, thank you ever so much for staying on the stream. It's been an absolute blast. I think we had a lot of fun looking at those StreetFighter bits together. I do apologise about anyone who's had to watch me paint 16 zombies black for the past half hour. But it's been great to hang out and chat with you. I'm going to log off now. So, yes, Thank you ever so much, and take care. Bye bye.